we talked about this the other day, but the feud has now heated up, and there's been more words back and forth, so I have to share this with you. So this happened the other day. Trump rips Elon Musk, another bullshit artist. Here, I'll play this for you. It's a quick video.
Another one of our highest priorities under a Republican Congress will be to stop left-wing censorship and to restore free speech in America.
Again, I find that hilarious because Trump wants to punish flag burning with time in jail, which is deeply anti-free speech. He sued Bill Maher over a joke. Deeply anti-free speech. But now when he attacks the left, it's like, oh, the left is anti-free speech, so now I'm for it? You've never been for it.
And go out, by the way, while I'm here and sign up now for Truth Social. It's hot as a pistol, and you see that. I pulled that one right. Leon's, I tell you what.
Leon's. He's trying to say Elon, and he said Leon's. Hey, look, dyslexia, recognize dyslexia, because I was dyslexic as a kid.
Elon is not going to buy Twitter. Where did you hear that before? From me. From a fake account. She says fake. A lot of them. Nah, he's got himself a mess. You know, he said the other day, oh, I've never voted for a Republican. I said, I didn't know that. He told me he voted for me. So he's another bullshit artist, but he's not going to be buying it. He's not going to be buying it. Although he might later. Who the hell knows what's going to happen? He's got a pretty rotten contract. I looked at his contract. Not a good contract.
All right. So that's what Trump said. Obviously, he's annoyed that Elon came out and was basically supporting DeSantis for 2024. So he's shooting back at him saying, you know, you're a bullshit artist. Elon chimes in. Look, he responds to this. I don't hate the man, but it's time for Trump to hang up his hat and sail into the sunset. Dems should also call off the attack. Don't make it so that Trump's only way to survive is to regain the presidency. I love how silly a point that is, because it's like, it doesn't matter what the Dems don't do or do. Trump he wants to be president, bro. He wants to be president again. That's obvious. But I love, it's such a tepid Musk response. Like, I don't hate him, but it's time for him to hang up his hat and sail into the sunset. I don't hate him, the Democrats shouldn't go too aggressive against him because that'll make him get back in the political arena. No, it doesn't matter if no Democrat mentioned him from now until forever. He still wants to run again and be president again. Okay, so Trump probably got word of this reaction at some point, and then we got this. When Elon Musk came to the White House asking me for help on all of his many subsidized projects, whether it's electric cars that don't drive long enough, driverless cars that crash, or rocket ships to nowhere, without which subsidies he'd be worthless, and telling me how he was a big Trump fan and a Republican. I could have said, drop to your knees and beg, and he would have done it. Oh, and then he's got the picture here with Elon Musk. So basically showing like, yeah, we had a White House meeting. Here's some of the things he said. By the way, look how short Elon's tie is. What are you doing, bro? Get your act together. You look goofy. You look like a fucking Boy Scout. And Aaron Rupar put with this. I love this. The worst. This is the Onion thing that's like, worst guy you know makes a good point. And this is the picture of the dude that they use. Anyway, and actually Trump wasn't done. There's one more here. Now Elon should focus on getting himself out of the Twitter mess because he could owe $44 billion for something that's perhaps worthless. Also, lots of competition for electric cars. So there's Trump firing back at Elon Musk. Now, I will say, no Trump fan, no Elon Musk fan, but there is one main criticism here from Trump of Elon that is totally fair game. Let's read it one more time. When Elon Musk came to the White House asking me for help on all of his many subsidized projects, whether it's the electric cars that don't drive long enough, driverless cars that crash, or rocket ships to nowhere, without which subsidies he'd be worthless. That's the main claim. The main criticism is, bro, you act like, small government, it's an important thing. He bitches about the deficit and the debt. I've heard Elon Musk do that before. Dog, you live on government subsidies. Depending on which reporting you believe, it's anywhere from $4 billion of subsidies to $7 billion of subsidies has gone to Elon Musk and or his companies. So here, I have an article on that for you. So Trump's right on that point. He's right on that point. This is in Business Insider. Elon Musk is speaking out against government subsidies. Here's a list of the billions of dollars his businesses have received. So this is just, and I don't even think this is a complete list, by the way. This isn't even complete. Elon Musk companies have received billions in government subsidies over the last 2 decades. In 2021, Musk has opposed higher taxes for the rich and said the government shouldn't control capital. He recently said he opposes government subsidies. One of his companies accepted them as recently as April. So there is a list here. SpaceX lands a $2.89 billion contract with NASA in April 2021. SpaceX signs a $653 million contract with the U.S. Air Force in 2020. Tesla accepts a certain payroll benefits from the federal government's $600 billion 2020 pandemic stimulus. New York State put $750 million towards a Solar City plant in Buffalo in 2016. Solar City receives $497.5 million in grants, in addition to tax credits by 2015. As of 2015, Tesla has sold $517 million in environmental credits to competitors per a federal mandate. Tax credits for consumers also help them sell more cars. Nevada provides $1.3 billion in tax breaks and other incentives for a new Tesla Gigafactory in 2014. SpaceX receives $15 million from the state of Texas in 2014. The Energy Department loans Tesla $465 million in 2010. So this isn't even a full list. The numbers I've seen, depending on which source you believe, it ranges anywhere from he's gotten $4 billion in subsidies to $7 billion in subsidies. So the argument from Trump that, hey, this guy'd be in trouble if it wasn't for the government saving his ass, that's sort of undeniable. That is sort of undeniable. So, Rupar's not wrong here. Rupar's not wrong when he shows this dude. It's kind of right. Kind of true. So anyway, this is the Trump versus Elon Musk feud. It might heat up even more because they both have gigantic egos, man. Gigantic egos. And, the ball started to get rolling a little bit. Now it's out of control. And I'm very curious to see if Elon responds, how Elon responds. It looks like Elon's been a little more tepid in this back and forth, and Trump, once he decided, screw you abandoned me for DeSantis, he was like, I'm going right for the jugular, dog. And this is Trump. This is classic Trump stuff here. This is as classic as it gets when it comes to Donald Trump. Like, you want to play this game? Somebody said on Twitter, I think it was Internet Hippo, this is like Muhammad Ali versus a fifth grader. Trump being Muhammad Ali, Elon being a fifth grader. So I don't know what Elon can say back, but we'll see what happens. It's interesting that now the Trump stands and the Elon stands, they got to be going at it. They have to be going at it. Because Trump has his stance, Elon has his stance, and there was a hell of a lot of crossover, I'm sure. But now, it's like, dog, you got to pick a team. You got to pick a team here, because there ain't going to be no middle ground in this fight. That's for damn sure. So, we'll see. Let me ask you guys, leave it in the comment section. Donald Trump versus Elon Musk. Who is winning this fight? Who is winning this public feud? I have my thoughts. I think Trump so far is getting the best of him, but I'm curious what everybody else thinks. Hey, y'all, do me a favor and like and subscribe. It helps out big time in the algorithm. Click the bell as well for notifications when videos drop, and watch that video on screen right now. You know you want to.